Hi, everyone, and welcome to Our Disabled Future, a series where disabled voices lead the way. I'm your host, Nico, and it is a good day for disability inclusion. Each day, during Disability Pride Month and beyond, I'm amplifying real disabled stories, where we are, where we want to go, and how the heck we're going to get there. Together, I think. Today, I'm thrilled to be joined by Rich. Let's dive in. Hi, Rich. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me, Nico. It was a pleasure being with you last time you did a series, and I'm glad I can be here now.
That's right. Eagle-eyed viewers will recognize Rich from my last two, maybe three projects. I love checking in with my old friends. All right, Rich, tell us about yourself and about your disabled life.
Sure. I have OCD and a history of mental illness. I say that because over the years, diagnoses have changed, gotten more prevalent, certainly. And so I, I've experienced hospitalization. I have, I have family issues, like a lot of people who have disabilities. It's difficult for sometimes family members to always relate. Um, but the good news is that my recovery is good, my recovery is strong, and I am growing a new business.
That's remarkable. I recalled when we last spoke, for the past few times, you were doing some professional coaching.
Yeah, Nico, that's why I certainly wanted to come on again. I am currently a private career coach, and I've kind of reframed not only coaching but also the people that I coach. Um, so uh, I don't know if you remember that when I attend the disability pride parades and events, uh, I initially uh, made a sign for myself because I had decided in 2016 to disclose my invisible disability. And when I was thinking of walking down Market Street in the parade, I'd say, well, I'd wear a shirt and then I wear my khakis and I'd walk along with everybody else. And then I said, oh, wait a minute. Nobody would know I had a disability. So I made a sign front and back with the, cords over my shoulder and all that. And I walked in the parade and it said, I am a qualified individual with an invisible disability. And I thought that that was a much better description. And of course, I came up with the word QIWID. So I don't know what it'll sound eventually, but maybe it'll go viral. I'm a QIWID. And I'll be wearing my shirt on Saturday at the parade again, but now it's a shirt, so it's a little bit easier to wear. And it says, I am a QIWID. And I've been really proud to wear that shirt at events from stem to stern all over Pennsylvania. I was in Pittsburgh once, I was in Harrisburg a couple of times, and I've actually developed my coaching model so that I can help people to see how they are qualified for employment and for fitting in, and how they are individuals, each and every one of us, and how we can manage our invisible disabilities. So that's the kind of coaching that I do.
That's fantastic. One of my questions after we finished recording was going to be if I would see you on Saturday, and it sounds like I will. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
All right, Rich, as you develop yourself and come to embrace your disabilities in a wider fashion, what does a disability-friendly future look like for you?
Well, I've done my best to envision that future and put some new things out there that I hope are going to be able to impact being disabled and enjoying life as a disabled person for everyone. One of the first things that I did was I tried to look at employment. I'm an employment specialist. I call myself a neurodivergent career strategist. if I ever thought in my whole life that I'd call myself a neurodivergent career strategist, no way. But here I am, a neurodivergent career strategist. And so I tried to look at the problem of employment and fitting in there from the perspective of the employer. I have a decade of experience in the temp service industry in sales management, and branch management. So I've met with and talked to hiring managers and human resources professionals, been out to workplaces and companies. And it's always a challenge to get the right fit. So I came up with something called C-FACE. So C-FACE is the comfortable fit approach for career exploration. And what I did was I looked for a tool that the employers would respect that would help them make a hiring decision more readily. And I chose the Harrison assessment. This is a talent management system used internationally by companies to screen their candidates. And Dr. Dan Harrison developed it, launched it in 1990. And so I learned how to use it, and I help my clients to see their career options using a career navigator system that's built in. But my vision for the future of my company, as well as for what I hope to see done by many people, is to reach out to the employers. Nico, it's the employers who have the jobs. It's the people who need to know themselves well enough to see the fit. So I came up with 6 simple qualifications. Again, qualified individual. So the qualifications are simple. I am. That's just who you are. It's what you've ever done. It's your first impression. It's all that. I need, because if what you're looking for is, the best possible insurance, and you're going to go to a small business, you're not going to find it there. And there's different ways to look at how you can meet the employer's needs and also your own needs. So you have to know your needs. And then I can, which is what it's your skills, transferable skills, and your I can attitude. But then there's also I should. And that's the work of Dr. Harrison. His behavioral analytic tool analyzes 175 individual character factors for enjoyment of using each trait. And then that data is used to determine what traits are required in jobs. And so an employer can actually see a report indicating what traits this particular candidate enjoys using and doesn't enjoy using. And it's an amazing coaching tool. Managers use it for talent development. And I said, well, what if I could help employers use it so that they could more readily and easily screen and then hire other neurodivergent candidates? And so I'm hoping to impact the process of getting hired. Certainly, performance is hugely important rather than credentials. However, I think that passion and really knowing what you would love, what you'd enjoy, it's all based on enjoyment. That is even more important. So it's I can, I should. You have to have both. And then my way. And I've included that, of course, because so many people have barriers to employment, whatever they may be. And certainly could be disability, could be transportation barrier, because people have a difficult time getting to a job if there's not good public transportation. So we have to understand that from my situation as a career seeker, and then also the employer has to see what the fit is. And then we end up with I will be fully engaged in my job and reach my full potential. And I will have employees who are fully engaged, which is exactly what employers are looking for with reduced turnover and cost savings. So that's my vision for the future, certainly. And I really hope that I can see that happen.
Thank you for everything you do to bring the world of sustainable work to other disabled people?
My pleasure. I only wish I could do more. We'll talk about that.
Sure. So over the years that you've been in the career coaching field, you talk about this future that you want to see where more disabled people are able to find not just jobs, but careers that match their skill set and their professional development goals. How do we make that future possible? What's our exact strategy? What do you think?
Okay, well, needless to say, I've given that some thought. Uh, One of the things that would really, really open up the door would be if there was someone or a team of uh, of researchers. I envision people coming from the human resources, organizational development, psychological, organizational psych area, as well as people coming from vocational rehabilitation and that whole, putting it all together. But that team hopefully would be able to use the Harrison in order to, well, it can be used in a couple of ways. The easiest way is just administer the questionnaire. The questionnaire it's relatively simple, but I don't think everyone can take it successfully. The system will automatically determine if someone doesn't have consistent enough answers. But it would be fascinating to study that from the perspective of psychology and to look at what might be the intellectual and emotional characteristics that get in the way of someone being able to successfully take this particular questionnaire. If they did, boy, I think the system could change. And in Pennsylvania, we call it OVR, would be able to specialize in what OVR is supposed to specialize in according to the laws and everything. People with the most significant disabilities. And they're very good at it. Assistive technology, and they are just the best. But I think that system is overloaded. So what I would actually like to see, again, are you listening, Governor Shapiro? But anyway, I would love to see if the Pennsylvania Career Link could have the tools they need to help more people who need services that they can provide, such as recent college grads who need help getting their job, and they don't necessarily need the work-based assessment that OVR would provide. So I'd like to see the system change and get more responsive. What if somebody has a job and now they need a job coach and they would have to wait months to get a job coach? Well, that's not going to help them onboard to the job they just got hired for. So where are the services that really we need? How can the system be changed to maximize that? So yeah, that's one vision there. And then the idea of addressing employment first is another challenge, and getting everybody into competitive integrated employment. And again, maybe there could be a study done to see how many people could actually, I don't know. Let's just say it's an interesting tool. I'm starting to use it, and I'm hoping that it can be used more and more in the future in order to address some of the challenges we have with getting everyone to be comfortable in our workplace. And it's a bridge, it's a leveler, because staff of entire company can all use the Harrison, not just individuals with disabilities. So those are my thoughts.
Thank you. I really love that. Most folks I've spoken with for this project have talked about the future in a generally broad sense. And while I really appreciate that and all of their prognostication, I appreciate that you also took kind of a separate tack and really dove deeply into one aspect of the future that you want to see develop. Thank you.
My pleasure.
All right, Rich. As we close our time together today, I want to give you a chance that you and I, as disabled people, rarely get. That is a chance to brag about yourself, promote something cool you've done recently, or maybe there's something coming up that you're proud of. If you want to build your presence online, where can people find you? Anything you really want to push out there, this is a chance for you to be your own cheerleader. Let's hear it.
Oh, I've been in sales most of my life, so I can't stop. I'm sorry about that. So anyway, I would certainly say though that my website is mycomfortjob.com, and that's where I've put a lot of information about the CFACE and how I coach. I call it a comfort career audit, sample reports for the Harrison. It's all there. And certainly visiting my website also, you can sign up and get a free comfort job creation guide. So I've put together some a basic guide for using CFACE in everybody's life. So that's one thing. The other thing I'm excited about is I guess I'll announce it here. This is a first. I was asked to speak at the Tech Owl Community Center, and I will be speaking there on the 30th. At, I remember 6:30, I believe. But if you go to the Tech Owl, which I don't remember off the top of my head, website and all, they are just starting to put some information out about that. And I'm really excited. I do offer a presentation. I am a QIWID, and I talk a little bit more about the things we've mentioned here, how anyone can see how they're qualified, how they need to see their individuality clearly, and how they can manage their invisible disability in a way that's comfortable for them. So, yeah, that's kind of what's coming up.
It's so exciting to hear that you're going to be speaking at Tech Owl up at Temple University.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
If I'm not booked already, I would love to attend. Is this in person, virtual?
It's only going to be in person,
Okay.
but yes, it'll be in person.
I will take a look at my calendar and see if I can shimmy my way up there.
Oh, thank you, Nico. We
Of
love that.
course. All right, folks, tune in next time. Remember, this is our disabled future, and we're building it one day at a time together. Wherever you go, whatever you do, I'm rooting for you, and I can't wait to see what you do next. Bye.